journey to digital reinvention is even more pertinent today. There is a need to analyze present situation and to accelerate the expansion of digital workflow and collaborative services. The expected decline in print volume is being tempered by increased demand in healthcare and government sectors. We are highly optimistic that the print business could return to the normal after the lockdown, but one should be prepared to change their operating models also for bringing new products and services to the marketplace. Global Workplace Analytics estimates that 25% of workers will be expected to continue to work from their home. Ultimately, humans are social animals, not accustomed to being socially distanced, even when working from remote distance. Personal interaction can be the key to maintain an innovative company culture. This could create new requirements for business and a rationalized print infrastructure. Uh, our very first speaker is Sri Narendra Pachuriji. He is the first recipient of prestigious Viren Chabra Print Leadership Award. He graduated in chemical engineering from MIT Manipal in 1975, worked in a metal finishing company for 2.5 years. He then joined Pragati Offset Private Limited, a commercial printing press started by his father Sri Parchuri Hanumant Rauji in 1962. He was instrumental in upgrading the press with the latest technologies and building a team that was professional in every way. Tech follower to tech leader, Pragati traveled the path rapidly, making it a pioneer in many facets of the printing industry. He has made Pragati an extension of customers' team rather than just another supplier. Pragati is the winner of highest number of awards, domestic and international. He is ably supported by his brother Mahendra and sons Harsha and Hemant. Their hard work and keenness to excel has placed Pragati where it is today, among the best printers of the world. Winner of a SAPI International Printers of the Year Award 2006, 2008 and 2010. He is married to Dr. Sasikala. Narendra enjoys his leisure time with his family and playing with his grandchildren Samita, Pranab, Sarya and Rishi. Now it is to Sri Narendra ji to give his insights to the participant. Over to Narendra sir.
Thank you, Professor Baral. I would not think that I would see that immediate future is not very nice. That means I would look at till the H1 September. But later on, I see the future of manufacturing in this country to be very good. I am not, as on today, why I am saying the H1 would not be good. The commercial printing will take a beating because the markets will take a beating in the first 6 months. As far as the packaging is concerned, I think is going to come back to normalcy maybe in about 4 or 5 months, definitely, because the markets have to open, people have to get used to it. One of the things we should never ever forget, this work from home is something which happens where you don't need to really manufacture something. In printing press, what do you expect the work from home? As on today, since we are in the essential services, we are working with 20% of workers. But here, we have given access to the pre-press 3 or 4 people who are working on jobs from home. They are working from home. The people who are servicing the clients, because it's on email, and all over the country, it really doesn't matter. They can work from home. But other than that, we have to physically move paper, move products, move this one. So I don't think it is for us to say it's work from home is more important. It's not for our printing industry. Is what I sincerely feel. And also, I think I really don't expect too many changes to come into the system in printing as such. One thing is definite. Previously, everybody had plan A. Go to China, get whatever you want, sell it. Period. Now, I sincerely think everybody wants plan B, C, D. So in this plan, I sincerely think India also will go forward, will manufacture a lot more things. The government also pushing many things for Make in India. So I think packaging is in for a good future ahead, and we should look forward to that in the in about, I said, second half, or in the worst come worst, I can actually term this 2021 year as a year of survival, and then things should be back to normal. And number two, while COVID is there, we all have to take that chances. I mean, whatever the government is saying, the distancing or de-infecting or whatever, all these things are necessary, we have to do. But there are limitations to what we can do. And government is not going to come after you very strictly, because everybody interested, everybody has to get back to the life, and we have to go forward. As of now, as I said, we are working with about 20%. We are following the government laid down rules. As far as the curriculum goes for the students in the university, I really would not know what I could change today. The reason being, as I said, pre-press people can work from home. Marketing, half of sometime you can go, but going to see the customer also important. But the next 6 months might not be possible. But all others, you have to go to the press, you have to work with your hands on. So I think what is the curriculum requirements are not much different, I think. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable suggestion.
Sorry for the interruption, but it was for me, I see future, my future in the students. So when I always go to the printing institute or university, I say that you are my future. So we conducted a little competition about the person who will write the best report of one of the webinar. So we have with us Mr. Suhas Datta. I declare him because the panel has chosen him. Mr. Suhas Datta, I have your tell us about.
I'm a final year student of GJU, Guru Jambeshwar University, and I'm at present working at a reputable packaging industry. But right now I'm back at home and just sitting idle, but as conducted by OPA with so many galaxy of eminent persons, that I took this opportunity, and I feel like, yes, this time is being very properly utilized by me. And thank you so much. Thank you, Baral sir, and thank you to everyone who has been so supportive to the students, and also the industrialists who were in a bit worried that what would happen in the future. But your words have been very motivating for us.
Thank you, Suhas. Thank you very much. And here is your prize. You can see your check. So
thank you, sir.
That's the online system we can give. Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Brav, please.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Moving forward, our very next speaker, Sri Bhuvanesh Sethji. He joined the family business in 1977 on completion of his graduation from Hindu College, Delhi. His first job was nomenclature of organic chemistry by R.K. Bansal from Tata McGraw-Hill Publishing Company. He was highly determined to quality, commitment, and each book was checked by him before submission. For the last 2 decades, he was a preferred printer of foreign collaboration Indian publisher. In 1996, he started export-oriented unit in Narela, Delhi. He was introduced to production director of Arnold UK, presently Hodder Hacheti by his well-wisher publisher and was asked to print 40 titles with split deliveries to UK. India is one of the top clients till date. His work was exhibited in London Book Fair and Frankfurt Book Fair. Today, Replica is a brand among overseas publishers. He is credited with continuous updation of infrastructure and technology. Books printed by Replica have been awarded by AIFMP, Print Week, Capsule, EBSES, besides Best Exports Award. He dedicates his success to ethics, commitment, and quality. Now it is over to Bhuvnesh sir for your insight. Bhuvnesh sir.
Good morning to everybody and welcome to the participants. So it is a very, you can say, future is quite different at the moment uh, with the economical, operational, and you can say financially. It's more complicated for MSMEs. No doubt on a bigger scale, large industries are going to be impacted with the extension of lockdown, which we believe globally as well as in India, it will continue till September as of now. And the operations maintaining social distances for small factories will be quite tough. And they have to make a very changes in their operations also, like manually work has to be stopped totally. Like in common, if we get vegetable also, we keep it out. I don't know who, with whom's hand we are getting all these things. So like there's like those things, there will be a tremendous changes going to be happen. So obviously, this thing is going to have a serious impact. Further, as I say, that business will increase. Not out in 2020, but later on in 2020, what is my observation? Commercially will go more digitized. Packaging, definitely there will be an increase in business, and because of you can say more impact is because of social distances and sanitization issues. And book printing, as far as concerned, domestically there will be a downfall because publishers will not be interested to increase the print run, and payments will also be a issue. And with the government, I think Japan and has declared $200 billion to spend for shifting the business from China. As of now, China has got 80% stake of book printing. So what I believe, this book printing, we can propose the government of India. It can be a hub. And most of the UK publishers and US, which were not at all interested earlier, they are thinking, which I exchanged my mails with them, they are interested to come back to shift rather business from China to here. So that I think it will be good on the longer run. As far as curriculum is concerned, we cannot operate from home. We cannot operate from home for the single reason because it is the manufacturing. We can ask our production coordinators, but still to pre-press also to some extent, not to the major extent, but small extent. And marketing, of course, we can do, but international marketing is a dream now. So for that matter, I suggest that B2B section interaction should be more. Our government should promote for that through embassies and all. And regarding that, you mentioned about students, what I feel that students which are pass out, engineers which pass out from our colleges, they compare themselves to be with IT and prefer to have 5 days working with 8 hours duty. And that I believe is not possible in printing industry. In my age, my sons now, they have taken over the business, but still, I believe our next generation works for more than 10 to 12 hours. So in that case, that is one of the this thing. And the expectations of the new technocrats which come out, that is quite high. They want to jump very quickly. That is no doubt the trend everywhere. And that is harming for an average printer, that it will spoil our atmosphere of maintaining the increments in that level. So that is my proposal, that what I feel. And the moment they take the name of the brand, they try to jump for the bigger MNCs. That is my feel. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhuvnesh sir, for giving such a wonderful insight to us. Moving forward, our next speaker, Sri S.R. Sarmaji. Shashi Kumar is a very well-known figure in printing industry. A highly qualified techno-commercial man worked with one of the best group of our country, Tata Group, for over 25 years. His leadership qualities is well reflected from the numerous prestigious positions he held in the last so many years. He was President BMP, Editor Print Vision, President AIFMP, Chairman PAMEX, Editor Printing Times, District Governor Rotary International, Joint Secretary Rotary Continual Committees, and Moderator. He is known for his knowledge base, for which he has handled many assignments nationally and internationally. Now, I would like to request Sarmaji to share his insights. Over to Sarmaji.
Thank you very much, Anjan, and thank you for the other people, those who are with me as panelists. Thank you, Narendran, and thank you, Bhuvnesh, for giving your insight. I have a different way to look at. You see, COVID-19 has given me a feeling which says, being a management student, a change is constant. And when you say change is constant, it reminds immediately me to work on a principle of focus. And what I mean the focus is nothing but futuristic need to understand, opportunity to serve, because I believe that when you see a long term, there is definitely an opportunity which is we are going to get it. With commitment and consistency, we believe in delivering the goods to the customer. Understanding our own umbrella. Now, because of the COVID, we have to understand our own umbrella, like security aspect for yourself, your area where the press is surrounded, your machine and your people. And understanding, that is what I mean about understanding your own umbrella and then driven by the system. According to me, the business model will have a drastically change. According to me, let me also be honest with you, for time being, the cost of servicing the customer, like, visit of the people also will get reduced, because you can touch upon the customer on your Zoom call or any discussion on that. Now, having said so, I'm of the opinion, looking at the overall scenario, because yesterday we had, we are having a series of meetings with all the ministers. Yesterday, luckily, we were meeting Prakash Javadekar. And he came out very openly about the Indian industry, how they are suffering. And then he touched upon one of the important factors, that people are importing the pulp and other things from abroad. That means he has shown his interest to develop the forest. He's also said one steps ahead, there is a myth. People say that, okay, don't cut the tree. If you don't cut the tree, you can't get a wood. And you can't get a wood, you can't convert it into paper. So the industry, the government itself is realizing to promote the industry of India. What are the drawbacks they are facing in the various sectors? Maybe the transportations, maybe the raw material, maybe from the point of view from the electricity, because the cost of the electricity is very, very high, and all that kind of a thing. So now what happened, that being a Rotarian, our international people are connecting with all the ministers, and we hopeful that in a couple of days we may connect with the Prime Minister even. Having said so, you see what has happened with Japan. Japan has withdrawn all their investment from China. The international market were depending on Chinese to supply the printed goods, which is a packaging goods, high-end luxury packaging goods. According to me, let me tell you, friends, what is going to happen? There is always a human psychology which plays a role. And according to me, the human psychology is going to be, whether you like it or not like it, people are suffering. Today, the figure in the world are 30 lakhs, roughly 30 lakhs. And how many people died? More than 2 lakh people died. So people are are getting to understand that China is a country where they have actually killed the various countries because of their sheer policies to kill the country. In the sense, when I said that they want to give the benefit to the local manufacturer in China, though you will find the same goods are sold at a higher rate, but dump that goods into other country at a lower price, with a sheer objective to control the world. And this is exactly what they have done. This is exactly their plan was. Now, according to me, the time will come where all the country will get together emotionally and firmly to see that we will not buy or we will not support the country who has actually made our economy up and down. Having said so, I agree with Narendra. On a short term, there is always an uncertainty. And I believe that when there is a dark, the light will come. It is a short-term objective. Yes, we have to fight out with patience. We have to fight out with our courage, with our conviction. But on a long term, according to me, we'll find that India will have a much, much bigger role to play in the world. And according to me, let me tell you, the print buyer of abroad or international buyer of abroad, international buyer, print buyer, will definitely come to India to source it. Now, here what we need to do, and we have to be mentally prepared, that once this happens, we have to be conscious about pricing, conscious about the productivity of the product, and also on the quality. That means we want to have a consistency in quality, timely delivery, and also price competitive. Let me tell you, we can bag the world with our own strength, and we can be a market leader in the global phase. As far as the commercial printing is concerned, because as we know that it is going to be hit, and it is getting hit, But according to me, if the government comes out with a policy saying that book printing, we give some concession. I don't know what kind of a concession I'm really never thought of. But if we think that commercial printing, book printing or something like that, and government comes out with a policy that we offer this kind of a subsidy on paper or on a print or on I don't know, what kind of a subsidy they can think of, then according to me, I think somewhere the printing, the commercial printing also may get some hope to survive. However, I'm of the opinion, the firm belief that packaging industry of India has a brighter and much brighter future, may not be in this 3, 4, or 5 or 6 months, but thereafter, it is the India who is going to roll in the world. And may I also request everyone that please treat your employee as a partner. and not at, and also to look at that the new people, those who are coming from the colleges, can we absorb them for their future, because we are always looking for the welfare of the people. And with this word, I can only say it is a good luck to all our printers, good luck to the printing industry and All India Federation. And I also expect the All India Federation of Master Printer should represent what are the teething problem of the printing industry in a larger interest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharmaji. Thank you. Moving forward, we are entering into the second part. Second part is our institution. We have two eminent personalities from print education sector. Our very first, Professor Amrutraj H. Krishnan. He is presently working as professor and head of Department of Media Technology, Manipal Institute of Technology, Mahe, Manipal. He did his diploma, graduation, masters and PhD in printing. His areas of interest in research are environmental sciences, green printing, and renewable energy systems. He has more than 31 years of active service and experience in this field. He is a fellow of Institution of Engineers. He also is a printing consultant and conducts industry trainings at number of printing presses all over India. Now it is over to Amrutraj sir to uh, to present his insights and what he needs from the industry for their printing students. Over to Amrutraj sir.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Actually, our course is media technology, where we have print media as well as visual media. Our students, they go into the visual part, as well as it is their own choice on which area they want to excel. And basically, nowadays, what we see is our students are their IQ is so good. You cannot compare during my times with the present student. Little motivation, little encouragement, and little parental care. That is enough. They will do excellent. One example I will give you is I take the second year classes. In second year, I asked the students, it's good that you should go into the research part of it. And continuously in every class, we get about 48 hours. In that 48 hours, for taking one subject. And in that, I used to encourage them. And suddenly, a lot of ideas came with them. Starting with, you see, bio inks, bioplastics, then water resistant apron, flexible water resistant flexible hose, which unimaginable. So that is what I understood, respective. And also now what we see is to the printing earlier, when they don't get any other, they used to choose printing. But now students come by choice. More than 75% of our students are coming by choice, and they are highly focused. Some are into pre-press, some are into the innovative printing, like 3D printing. Some are into digital marketing. Some are into production. So they know what exactly they do. They want to pick up. So it is more easy for us to to lead them. The course what we have basically we say it's a semester base. We have per semester we have about 100 working days will be there. About 48 hours and some practical, say 12 hours per subject. And in that duration, we have to complete everything. And also we need to teach the students, their personality development, skill development, soft skill development, all these things we give a lot of importance. As and our college, as you know, like we are the called Institution of Eminence. We take a lot of responsibility on our students, and mm, we have the students are into different clubs after their studies. There are about 85 clubs in MIT Manipur. Some are technical clubs, some are cultural clubs, and these college always encourage these clubs because they get into the situation and they'll be able to handle any kind of situation without any problem. That we used to feel it from the industry. We get feedback from the industry, and the industry tells a lot of good about our students also. And the life of a teacher, as such, it is not we just simply teach and get back. We are with the students. We are parent to the students. Of course, sometimes we get angry also, but they take it in that very sporty spirit. So this is what I feel about my students. They are all quite good, or well placed, and even our alumni. Yeah, that is one part which I would like to tell is our alumni also are passed out. They are also doing very well. Seeing their performance, the placement part becomes more easy for us, and we have a continuous contact with all our alumni. They are with us in WhatsApp, they are with us in Facebook, and any kind of situation. Sometimes they get into a situation that we try to settle it. All their good things that are being well appreciated. So this is how the life goes, and also just by theoretical learning is not enough. That we have understood, and we have Manipal Press here. Our relation with Manipal Press is very strong, and they Gautam sir as well as Mr. Shashiranjan is very helpful to us. Actually, our department was started by Gautam sir's father, Satish sir, and that benefit also we have. So we take our students to the floor and floor practicals. We don't say the practical separately we have in our labs, but on the floor trainings also we give to our students. One of the staff goes and be with them for a few hours. And whenever I go there, or many of our staff goes, students go there, come along with and get completely trained. That is all what I would like to tell you at this present time.
Thank you, Amrutraj sir. Nice to hear from you. Your department is doing excellent, sir. I have visited you, sir. Moving forward, our next speaker, Dr. T.K.S. Lakshmi Priya. She is the head Department of Printing Technology at Avinash Lingam Institute for Women, Coimbatore. She has been instrumental in bringing laurels to the students, alumni, and the department since her entry in 2011. Her interaction with print and allied industries, with printing institutions in India, and her computer engineering background are the strongest points. Now, I would like to request Lakshmi Priya Madam to share her insight. Over to Lakshmi Priya Madam.
Thank you, Baralji. Thank you, Kamalji. So in today's session, I would like to make a small presentation of what graduate trainees need to do at this time of this period. We understand that we are in the lockdown period and where the industry is trying to look at what the future is. So even the graduates who have completed now recently and have are looking for a job or already on the job but waiting for the lockdown to be over, what are they doing now? What is their role? How do they have to prepare themselves during this time? This is what is going to be the main objective of my talk today. So graduate trainees are basically the fresh graduates who enter the industry. The job roles that they do as soon as they enter would typically be undergoing training. They will be assessed and evaluated. There'll be a mentor who will be taking care of their activities and teaching them new things. They may have to attend meetings and report. They may have to perform small tasks and get familiarized with the department. So this being their task, what should their responsibility be? Those candidates should take notes. And then when there are assessments, they have to be competent. When they are being monitored, they have to observe and they have to obey their mentors. Because the upcoming period is uncertain, we do not know the psychometrics and the psychological aspects of the people who are going to work. So it's a very uncertain period. Let's all stabilize ourselves and think and be patient. So the graduate trainees will have to have that kind of a mentality. They have to be prepared mentally for such a situation. When they attend meetings and report, they have to compile and consolidate it in a very good manner. When they are performing tasks, they have to remember their research skills. They have to do it and evaluate what their work is. When familiarizing all the departments, they have to maintain a rapport with the people around. So this is an already known thing, but in the upcoming time, they have to do it more sincerely and in a very dedicated manner. We know that over the past 2 months, there is going to be a lockdown. So emotional and psychologically, people have to be strong to face the scenario. As Narendra sir was telling, this is a year, the upcoming year is a year of survival. So we are not going to look at benefits in terms of financial. The financial status might be very unstable. The job orders scenario also we do not know. The operation cycle, how many people are going to work, and whether they are the same old people or they are new, do they have experience? That is another area of uncertainty. The status of the vendors, suppliers, and customers, we do not know. How many employees are there? What is the inventory? What is the loss, or how much of the material is good now is not known. So this uncertain situation should be known, or the graduates should be aware of this situation and think of what they can do to offer a helping hand after they are placed or yet to be placed, whatever, in case they are to attend an interview or something. So during this period, when they are at home, I would suggest that the students revise their subjects in terms of MCQs. Superficial learning would not be sufficient. You have to look at multiple choice questions and make sure that you know every nook and corner of your subject. See if you can sit at home and practice some designing. The future, as we are all talking about, there are chances that we might get multinational job orders in the print industry. So is your designing skills competent enough? Start looking at the office tools, MS Office tools. For communication and HR, as one of the previous speakers was telling, you need to hone your communication skills and your HR marketing skills. Maybe you're not recruited for that, but when you have all these skills, it's an additional point. Make sure you have a good awareness of the social media and skills on using your social media properly. The security issues as well. See if you can read online magazines of print and allied sectors. Have a look at research papers. Now we know that there is a free access of many research papers, including Springer, IEEE, and all. Make use of this time. As Amritraj sir was telling, there are a lot of research activities you have already done in a small scale or a big scale during your college days. So see if those can come in handy when you join the company after this COVID period. Because we will have to look at sanitization, minimum labor, cost effectiveness, and maybe even how you can alternate material, alternate some kind of a process in order to reduce cost and increase production. So look at the research papers and have an idea of what's going on. Hone your soft skills and then get certified. There are a number of free online courses. At the same time, if you are not already having a job, connect to your recruiter. Gather details with them, connect with them, make a survey, ask them if you could do a task offline, in the sense that you are not in the company, you are away from the company. Offline, can you do a job for them? Can you do a survey or an analysis? What are their possible threats? Identify from them what their possible threats are and see if you can prepare a solution. It can be a case study like how you're doing for one of your subjects in the college in terms of maintenance probably. in terms of safety, operation, optimization, time efficiency. So take it as a case study and get it ready. So this way you can also build your resume. So after the COVID period, when you go and ask for a job, there are much chances that you have good credentials. Now I would like to address the printers and get an opinion on how we can improve our curriculum post-COVID. So you may have some expectations from the graduate trainees. As Bhunesh sir was telling, we may have to work 10 to 12 hours. We may have to include paper is green in our curriculum and ensure that we are promoting print. I have heard from the paper mills that paper is green. There is only social forestry. They grow and then they cut trees. It's not deforestation. Therefore, when you promote paper on which print is essential, we are indirectly also promoting print. So do we have to include something like this in our curriculum? Optimization and pricing is another thing that was talked about. Do we have to have more case studies where we have to inculcate that into the students, not just as a mere single subject? Quality and standards, how much of it and what kind of things that can we incorporate in our curriculum? Coming to skill sets, book printing and packaging, as you say, is going to be the next prediction, which is going to get popular and increase. Do we have to include specific things? It's already there in the curriculum. Are you looking at something specific that we have to include in the curriculum? At home, we will have to definitely see that students are able to do certain skill sets which they can do from home, apart from designing and apart from HR and marketing alone. If we have to look at the entire production cycle and piecemeal it, is there something which they can do in a small task at home? Is something that we have to explore, probably research into this as well. I would like to ask the printers for some more suggestions on these. Please share your thoughts with me when time permits. As a summary, I would like to tell the fresh graduates and the graduating printing students to prepare for the uncertainty. If you are already required, prepare to be useful to your company. If you're not yet required, make sure you hone your skills and contact the companies now. And enhance your skills, improve your soft skills. Thank you. Best wishes.
Thank you, madam, for elaborating this. So thank you all the speakers. Now it is over to Kamal sir for question answer and further discussion. Kamal sir.
Before going to the question answer, there is one very important thing. As students are here, we have some students also. I tell the students, it is a time to learn. Learn how to solve the solution of the printer, how to increase its production, how they can get more money. That is a problem to be learning. For running the machine, it's not a problem. We can train the person. But the thing is, how to get more profit. That is the more thing. That is the most important thing. So we have some questions. So students for solutions. Make it, as madam said, now make it a coupling. Student to provide solutions. As we have software for solution, now student for solution. It is not SOS, it is SFS, student for solution.
What I have seen with my students is, they think out of box. Given a situation, they come with different answers. For example, maybe around 10 days back, I just asked them, what is your expectation from the industry? I was thinking something I was thinking, but none of them pressed that point which which was in my mind. The way they gave me the reply, around 25 to 30 students, I asked, I cannot imagine the way they answered it. So that's how our students think about the way they think.
Kamal. Kamal.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you, I think the time has come, Kamal, where the principle of working together work is going to work. Working together works is going to work, whether a student or an honor or anyone for that matter. So the principle is very, very clear that now we have to unite ourselves, find the way out on the principle that we are working together, which is going to work for us in terms of productivity, in terms of pricing, in terms of profitability, in terms of everything or system. Thanks. That's all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nitin should to ask some question to Narendran, sir.
I already posted my question on the.
You can ask here so that everybody must know. We can.
Narendran, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Narendran sir can answer, yeah.
Yeah, this is Nitin from Mumbai Award. How are you, sir?
Oh, hi. Very well. Thank you so much.
Yeah. See, my question, rather, I want your view on, see, for workers to come back in full force, the government has to create an atmosphere of belief rather than fear about the virus. People will not leave their villages and their home if the government keeps on creating an atmosphere of fear and a lack of trust in our health system. Our leader needs to explain everyone that corona is a disease and not a curse. This mass hysteria is leading us on the path to economic destruction. This is what I feel, Narendra sir. I want your view, and even rest of the panelists can give the view on this.
I sincerely think COVID has been magnified 1,000 times by the media, and the fear of COVID is much more than the actual this one. If you get COVID, 85% of people might have mild fever, they'll get out of it. Another 10% might have a slightly more, and maybe 5% will go to the hospital. When you look at government of Sweden, this is what they said, and this is what they did. They put all people above 65, 70 in quarantine. All others were asked to go back to colleges, schools, and workplaces, because there's no way you can escape from COVID. Please understand this one simple thing. There's no way you can escape. Everybody has to get herd immunization. We are not China. We cannot lock down everybody at home in 90 days. We say, okay, it's clear. No, you have to get herd immunization, and this is no choice. I mean, you have no choice. And I sincerely think, because of the fear, the people who have gone back to the villages, it will take some time. They will come back, but it will take some time. So that's why I said year 2021 is a year of survival, all of us trying to do. And number two, we should not take too much of this into our this one and spoil our moods. That COVID is going to come, what's going to happen? The health inspector, everybody wants to make sure that their system runs. Everybody has to make sure that we have to earn our bread. The chances of dying from COVID are 2%. The chances from dying from hunger is 100%.
Very true.
Very true.
So I sincerely think this is the key. I hope and wish that they open up on May 4th for you, May 7th for us. The single reason is you cannot mess around with the economy anymore. You have messed it enough. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I think what Nitin asked and what Narendra has come out with the answer is absolutely, I think the media is the main culprit to create a fear psycho. You know, the printers himself, you know, when they do the business, they work on the fear cycle, and that is why they're lowering the price. Similarly, over here in COVID-19, the people have really gone ahead and created a different kind of a status, as if COVID is going to kill everyone. And what he says is right. If you really see in accident in India, people are dying in a year much more than what the figure is coming over here. So the question is that I think the government also has to realize that they cannot stop the economy to shut down like this way. Otherwise, there will be a big problem overall, even to the owner, even to the worker, even to the middle class, or everyone for that. And this uncertainty really creates anxiety, and it creates a hypertension, and which will nothing but creating your own self problem. People are not realizing if you have a good immunity system, this kind of things cannot come. So people have to concentrate on yoga, people have to concentrate on doing some exercise, having a healthy food, and all kind of stuff. And then let's work out and let's fight it out here for a better tomorrow. That's all.
Sir,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
all of us use a lot of printing machines and many machines. When we were very young, we were using the cutting machine, the flywheel. So you know the flywheel on every machine. It runs and stores the energy so that the machine can run very easily. This lockdown has stopped the flywheel. To bring it back to its full force is going to take a hell of a lot of time. And that's the reason why I said the next year, coming year ahead, is the year of survival. We have to come back to that force. Thank you.
So, to his question of this corona being a threat and inculcating fear in people, I would like to answer saying that that's the reason why we've taken up this kind of webcast and trying to educate people that there's not to fear and to come on to mainstream and at least try to make use of this time in a positive way. So you have to self-motivate yourself and come out. You have to think of the time available to us and prepare for when we are now out of this lockout. What do I say, Kamalji? Is it right?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
the reason we are doing all this to educate people, and we do find that it works. People who were in fear are now much better, and they are now trying to plan for the future. We did a similar thing in Tamil Nadu as well, and the Tamil Nadu MSMEs really had a now understood that it's a positive thing to think of the future now. There is light ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Narendra bhai, yeah, Bhune sir. Bhune sir.
I think what I have been in 3 meetings, what is my observation is that I suggested that government Ministry of Home Affairs should take up the matter from step to step and state to state, because each and every state has got its own views, and down the trend up to that DC or police, they take it in the different manner. So that is the only solution which I think otherwise it will be very difficult.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Narendra bhai, do you, I think before going to the question, I have, because in Mumbai, at one of the questions, you know, one of the journalists put a question to you that nowadays we are seeing every printer of the country is losing money and you are making the profit. Your answer was that I work for money. So people say, please elaborate that answer, how you work for the money. Narendra bhai.
Sir, the point is, as I told you in many meetings, the only reason to do business is to make money. Once you make money, you do seva, desh seva, whatever seva you want, it doesn't matter. But if you don't make profit, your business will fold. It cannot. The reason is, there was one time I had to work very hard to fill my stomach. Today, with 2,000 workers and 4 or 5 people in their families, that's 10,000 workers, 10,000 people. We have to work. We have to make profit so that we can feed all these people. So they are our responsibility. Government need not tell us. They are our responsibility. So this is something that we have to do. Currently, as I said, it's a very, very difficult time. So we are trying. We are not even trying to swim. Dubna nahi chahiye, bas. We are not trying to go down. We are trying to float. And we will swim when the time comes.
Thank you very much, sir. These are the encouraging words for our printers, and I think everybody wish to follow your footsteps. Now, coming to the questions, I think you already got the questions at chat box also. You can see that. I believe there's a question from Sandeep Pai. I believe the printing industry will have to upgrade not only in terms of infrastructure, but also in terms of general housekeeping, workflow management, GMP, etc. This will apply not only to the bigger printers, but also to the smaller ones as well. In fact, more to the smaller ones. These will be the major factor apart from the pricing and quality, of course. When international buyers who comes to outsource their print in India will look at your views, sir.
Sir, this is a continuous process, whether there is corona or no corona. This really, you have to keep on improving. Everything has to go on. I will take this my opportunity to tell Dr. Lakshmi Priya also, ma'am, I sincerely think we must tell all the students and all the printers, do we stop eating rice and wheat? Because if we eat, it will be over. Next year we will grow again. So wood is also a sustainable crop. It's being grown every, I mean, you cut one, you plant two, it will grow. So, and more important, because we are planting more trees, we are oxygen positive. We are not carbon, we are carbon positive and oxygen this one. So I sincerely think we are 100% green, and this is one thing we must tell not only the students, but all the printers. I feel so bad when a printer writes to me, please save this, don't print, save environment. I mean, really, everybody has to learn that we are a green industry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have a question from Mr. K. Sodi. It is his, maybe it is his suggestion, or he wished to know, we should take up the matter with the government of India to not allow any Chinese company to come in India without any Indian partner, whose stake should be more than Chinese company. So it is a, I think, so, yeah. If yes, Bunay sir.
You see that a lot of, as I told you, that lot of countries are willing to come to India. For that matter, our competent countries like Cambodia, Sri Lanka, and Philippines, they are offering very good packages. So unless and until our government gives them a good package, incentives, they are not going to come. As if you see, the working culture in our India, capacity overall output is less than what the Chinese produce. So that is the major issue. And that is one of the issue, but still, like we argued with the finance minister, our MOC, that sunset clause in SEZ and EOUs regarding the income tax benefit should be lingered on at least for 1 year or two, because this will be a boom, you can say incentive for the foreign investors. So still there is it is under consideration. That is about SEZ and EOUs. What about the other exporters? And what about the MEIS? Even MEIS, they have renewed up to 31st of December, and FTP has been extended for a year. That is true. But something has to be done by government to promote that. And logistics overall is the worst. You see that our that project of separate connecting separate, you can say, ports from law, and you can say that dry ports, still it's a difficult task. So if I want to export from Delhi to any country, I'll be losing a week's time. So logistics has to be improved. That is the major issues.
Sir, one thing. I am a 1953 model.
Yeah.
And I was about 9 years old when the China war happened. So from that time onward, third class onwards, we read in our system that China is enemy, China is enemy, China is enemy. That's what we learned when we were kids. But at the same time, after having gone to China 15 years ago, and after that many times, you cannot stop wondering how much they have grown and how powerful they are, and how they can make Gorilla Glass, they can make, you name it, they can make it. So while there is no doubt worldwide abhorrence of China is there, is definite, but can we take advantage of the question or not? What Bunay said is very, very correct. It's not easy. It's wishful thinking, but I hope the government, the people, and everybody put together will make in India a possibility and a success. Thank you.
Sir, Mr. Sharma wished to say something. Hanji Sharma ji, please.
Yeah. Kamal, I think after listening to Narendran, Bhuvnesh, and all the people those were talking about, is it not the right way, or taking a self-initiative by All India Federation of Master Printer, creating a cell by itself who looks after the COVID and the post-COVID analysis and how they expect government to work for in the larger interest of the printing industry? I think the time has come where, Narendra has very rightly said, and he's right, that, okay, anybody who wants to run the business, he's running the business for a profit. If it doesn't make a profit, how can he take care of the 2,000 people and odd people working for him? So the question is, there is going to be a lot of teething issue. There is going to be a lot of issue which is pertaining to the printing industry. Why can't we take it up as a All India Federation of Master Printer and bring other association with us and have a common representation to the government of India? Okay, this is what we expect you to do. And let's fight it out from that angle. And I'm sure the industry will support. The supplier will support us, because we are all falling in the same group of the periodic table. And I think this is a thought which I thought of sharing on this particular forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharma ji. We have a question from Mr. Ashwini Gupta. After that, I will like to call Mr. Deepak Walia. Deepak ji, if you are there, you can tell.
Yeah, my only request to all the panelists and organizers is that our industry is not yet recognized in the industry form. So first we should do efforts to recognize this industry because we are associated with each and every human being. And I could see with the internal reports that is world over, this industry is still working after having the COVID-19. But in India, this industry is totally on a standstill, which is not fair because we are related to each and every human being, and we cover from not from only from packaging food, but we cover the bathroom products. We cover many products which relates to daily needs. And today we have the shortage in the market for these products. So we should be first recognize that yes, we are the essential part of the daily need, and this should be known to the government also. So this is my only suggestion.
Thank you, Deepak ji. Thank you very much. I think the next question is Mr. Ashwini Gupta. My question is, what will be the position of book printing post-COVID, keeping aside packaging, which is definitely going to increase? What will be the position of book printing for the textbook board and private publisher in India? He is mentioning, Bhuvanesh said, giving very good positive note and hopeful to get international job shifted from China to India. So is it possible? What is the position of the book printing after COVID?
But what I think in book and domestic printing, print runs will go down and payments will be the major issue for 2021. As you see that majority of the printers, I think they must be getting that don't ask for. Let's discuss about post-COVID. And the main mantra for that will be like Narendran sir told, that each one of us should make it a note that we have to earn and we have to get our staff paid. If that is the mantra we achieve, that is the only success. Otherwise, every printer will be ruled by our customers. That is my opinion. But yes, definitely the printing books will suffer. As you know that school books season is already, you can say, gone. Even they are uncertain about NCERT also. They were playing whether to print all NCERT books will be in school books or not. That's why last year, for the last 2 years, the curriculum is not finalized, and school book season for all the publishers has been ruined. So there are a lot of issues in that, but overall it will not be a good year, 2021, unless and until we manage.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We have a question from Sonal Seth. In the scenario of COVID sentiments, is industry ready to immediately change over to their Chinese source buying with regard to raw material and machinery, especially as soon as the lockdown opens? The question from Sonal Seth. Sir.
I really don't think so. If you want to buy a binding cloth, if you buy from Amsterdam, it will cost 6 to 7 euro. If you buy from China, it will cost $1.50. So the point is, as I said, we are not ready yet to shift from China. And also, most of the printers we know that some of the machinery which we brought from China, the same thing if you were to buy from Europe, it will cost 3 to 4 times. It's not possible. So whether Bhuvanesh ji or we are buying box making machines from China. Same thing if I buy from Italy, it will cost 600 to 8,000 euro. Here it costs $250,000. So I don't think, please understand the amount of China inside the, the supply chain is so huge worldwide. We can wish it away, but in reality it's not possible. Over a period of time, yes, all of us should work hard so that we will wean away from China, but as on date, very, very, very difficult.
You are very much.
I do agree with Narendra ji. If you talk about paper industry, they're already talking about 2 to 3 rupees increase. And if you the European countries at the moment, they are cheaper. And Bharat still says that we are always $50 higher than your cost price in India. That is one part of that. Whereas to compete about infrastructure, no way we cannot. We have to depend upon China, because definitely in certain machinery they are much cheaper, and the quality is also not so bad. Whereas in European, it is 3 to 5 times cost. That has to be considered.
Yes, sir. Sir, and one thing more, even the European machines are manufactured in China. Heidelberg is manufactured in China. My Roland is manufactured. See, okay, we are coming to the next question. It is a question for the printing teachers. This is a question from Alakia Shri. Is this period students are interested in learn more to enhance their skill, but practically in which we have to focus on?
Sir, I will tell you. See, now we see that there are so many softwares. These softwares are made in companies. Now imagine if this, if it can be done by the students with the help of those companies, automatically the cost can come down, because there here the labor cost is not much, and the facilities. Each college have their own facilities, the lab facilities. Maybe some software they need to add. So I think this is one of the way. Like as I said, yeah, it may take long time, but if the students start participating in the manufacturing, say in the software or in another thing, digital marketing or 3D printing. In fact, one of my students have developed, or means the design part is over on a 3D printer, but by then we had to stop the semester in between. That's why we could not continue. So this is how the students' involvement, which will help to reduce the cost. So automatically, maybe in the, as Narendra sir and said, no, over a period of time, we will be able to compete with the rate of what China offers. Provided, that is my personal suggestion, that students should be involved in more of research activities rather than simply studying. What all they study, that's available in Google. So in fact, better it is available. The thing is, we need to explain. And the practical studies, as sir said, that setting the solution, there should be a solution provider. All these are areas which I feel we should highlight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And we have a question. This is from Muhammad Sharif Abdul Nishar. Printer, most of them don't know what is printing industry in 100% of the people. Only 40% of people know about printing industry. So my question is, why our printing updates only coming in Print Week magazine? Why it is not publishing in newspaper? Then only people come to know about the printing industry. So his way of thinking is, why printing industry is not covered by the national main media? Why only printing industry covered by the printing magazines only? So I don't know how to answer, because without printing, even those newspaper cannot print. Those magazines cannot be printed without printing. But any panelist, Narendran bhai?
Sir, 2 lakh printer hai और 1.3 billion population hai. So printing paper जो है 1.3 billion paper के लिए छपता है. And when the printers, 2 lakh printers are there, you can always get your printing news, printing times, printing whatever, local printing, this one. I think there's enough number of magazines or online to read it. I don't expect this to be covered in the newspapers.
Thank you.
May I add to this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please.
This is something that we have always been discussing in many forums, between students and staff and other things. Narendra ji, the idea is the students say that printing students and printing degree is not known to the outside world. Only after they come inside, even the parents get to know that this is a very good course. By the time they go out after 4 years, they're really very happy. At that point of time, they ask, why is nothing about printing coming in the paper? We are not aware. So probably this question is related to something like that.
Thank you.
I would like to tell you one thing. After all these years, printing has not yet got an industry status from Government of India.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
very, very sad. I requested my father, who was the president of the All India Master Printers Association 10, 15 years ago, I need you to do this. But unfortunately, he tried, and many people later also tried, but we did not even get an industry status.
So we
So,
have to, let's try to look at some aspects where we can bring it out as a product rather than, I mean, at least make it appear as a product rather than as a service. If we can give that perspective, we can enter into CII, sir.
no, it's true, but the point is we fought so much 2 years ago in GST saying that we are printers, we are having labor laws, we are manufacturing, and we were paying excise. So what we are doing now is manufacture. It has to have the right number, but no, after enough amount of this one, they said, no, you're a service, it's only service. So the point is, the government says one thing, does one thing. So really, it's not that sometimes we are getting tired of fighting. How long can we fight?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And I have a question from Mr. Gaurav. What do you feel is the future of the printing wedding albums and digital printing in packaging?
Sir, I would like to answer this question in a different way. Please don't get me wrong at all. My wife is a gynecologist and we've been discussing this, so that is what we think. Whenever a lady is pregnant and getting to deliver a kid, she goes through so much pain. And she said, never again in my life I'll do this. 1 year later, same thing happens. So the point is, today, COVID, this is putting your thing in so much, this one. So I don't think, ye bhi nikal jayega, this one will pass. So don't worry too much about it.
Thanks, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And before going to the next question, I will invite Mr. Deepak Walia. He wants to say something. Deepak, we are listening.
Kamalji, I fully agree with Narendra ji that yes, our industry is not recognized yet, and we should all put our efforts. And this industry is recognized by many part of the world as a very, very essential service. Second, my suggestion to Madam who is asking what should be included in to Lakshmi Madam, that what should be a curriculum included in the coming up students. We are talking about industry 4.0 now. So 4.0 means we are talking about all the data. So there should be something related to the data which students should know, that okay, whatever the data is generated in the press, how it can be used for more production, how it can be used for the more profitability, which is a very, very important aspect. And I will also request Narendra ji and Bhuvnesh ji to open their doors, because I know that they play with a lot of data, and if they allow these students to learn from their own presses or from their own institutions, I think we will have a bright future for these students. So this is what I would like to say. Thank you very much.
Hi, Deepak. And we have Anam Sharma ji.
Can I say, Kamal?
Yes.
Kamal, I think, Narendra is absolutely vocal, when he talks about. But at the same time, I have a different thought, Of course, we were trying to get the printing industry as a status of an industry, and we are not getting it. But never mind, because, there is a say, try and try again, and the success will be there. Because we all know that whatever we are doing, it is not it's a service, it's an industry. It's not a service industry, it's an industry. Having said so, I think I'm saying, being a past president of All India Federation of Master Printer, Kamal, it is now our duty to create a exclusive cell, like CIA or FICCI, kind of a thing. And there we can hire some professional to look after and go after the government. Okay, this is what we want. This is what we feel the printers are looking for. This is what we feel. Otherwise, there will be a lack of people are unemployed. Because the printing industry, one side people are saying it is the third largest or fifth largest industry of the world. And second side, you're saying that we don't want to recognize you. I think the time has come, Kamal, that I think we all, I mean, you are also the past president of All India Federation. Let's create a FICCI or CIA kind of a structure, and let's fight it out in a very consolidated way. And we can take the help from the people like Narendra, people like Bhuvnesh, people like those who matter, and we can get a supporting document kind of a thing from them and approach to the government. Why not? That's what I wanted to say.
Thanks, Amit.
And second thing, what Narendra says is right. And COVID-19 has hit so badly to us that we don't think. In the morning also we say COVID-19. At the night also we say COVID-19. And what we see the figure 29 lakhs, 30 lakhs. All this drama is going on. I think the time has come. I think we have to keep away. You know, we all get, sometimes the weather change and we get flu.
Thank
We
you,
get
Shaman.
all kind of things,
Thank you,
So,
Shaman.
so
Thank
I
you.
think the time has come. Forget about the COVID-19. Look for what the best possibilities, what we have to do it, and work towards it. That is what I wanted to say.
Thanks, Shaman. Thank you. We are
Sir, when I see in the Q&A, there are some students have written 3-4 comments. Can I answer that?
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure. Why not? Sure, sir.
Students seems to be quite whether they are a liability or an asset, and whether they should join here or they want to join some other white collar work. I would like to say two sayings of very important. One is Southwest Airlines. This is the only airline which has been making money throughout their service, except in COVID time. Their hiring policy is hire for attitude, train for skill. Okay? So your attitude is the most important. You can go anywhere you want. You must have the right attitude. Number two, Henry Ford, when they were putting together the Model T, he said, take away everything from me. Leave my team with me. Next year again, I will be here doing the same thing. So team, people, and attitude is the most important thing. Believe me, if you go and join an IT company, it's nice. Initially, you might get a better salary. But for the rest of your life, you're in front of a monitor and doing your job. But if you come into printing, it goes up gradually. And believe me, at the end of the day, at the end of 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, whatever, you get a lot more pay in printing than you get in IT. And you don't have to worry about pink slips here. It's here. As long as you can work, you can work. So please, let's not stay blaming the employer or the employee. It's your attitude, your hard work. Believe me, we're always looking for people. But the sad point, we get so few. That's why actually when I look into Make in India program, that is the problem. Not money, not machinery, not technology. We have everything. What we need is people. And it's not that Chettamangani Patbiya, not one day you like this. It's not a bloody lottery, it's life. So let's go through it and let's all make sure that we make this country great. Thank you so much.
wonderful, sir. Wonderful. That's good. Sir, about that. So now we have, I think, few more questions. I will take up. You have already taken the main questions of the students. So that's a wonderful thing. Wonderful advice for the students. And as I said earlier.
To say something, sir.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Amrit Raj wants to say something.
Yes, sir.
So even the IT students are not happy. They some of them complain me that every day same place, same computer, same monitor. So they are also they say that the back pain is very much there at the shortest age itself. But none of the printing students have complained. They have not complained till now. I have never heard any complaint about they are really enjoying.
It purely depends upon your dedication and how you learn. Nobody teaches you.
Yes.
We can only, the management can guide you, and they will give you a good platform to learn. And that is the attitude, rightly Narendra ji said. So that is the only way to success, I believe.
So students, the golden words from the country's topmost printers. So take these golden words with you. So a second year student, Lakshana, we request leading printer like you to to come on the webinar during the classes in the post-lockdown. That is up to your management. If your management wish to invite, I think Narendra bhai will not refuse. Bhuvanesh also will not refuse. Sharma, you will allow not refuse. You call them whenever you want. We are ready to come. In fact, in the industry, the students are taken a liability rather than asset. Is there a gap in education level, or the industry is not ready for the new talent? Excellent question. Sir, both the top printers there, I think you should take it.
By education, I am a chemical engineer. I'm sorry, I was a chemical engineer. I passed out in 1975 from Manipal Institute of Technology. By being a chemical engineer, I don't know how to make sugar. I don't know how to refine petroleum. I don't know how to make steel. I will go into that industry, use my knowledge and learn. So here also you are giving in the college, you are being given the tools to learn easily. If a person comes to me without a degree, he will learn the same subject in 5 years. When you come in with a degree, you can learn in 2 years. So that's what makes the difference. And that's the reason why whatever you study is good enough. Once you come in, you have to learn and you have to excel at that subject.
You see that not only the one thing I say, technocrats have got a good chance to take over the things easily, and they can be very useful for the industry if they work dedicatedly and pick up the thing and with a mind to stay.
Yes.
Nowadays, you see that everybody wants to have a quick change. So that should be have some patience. And industries are well capable. They are paying very handsome salaries. That is not the thing. And I think that certain industries are definitely paying very, very good salaries. That I assure you. Thank you.
So students are never a liability, sir. They are all very asset. But like now what is happening now in our recruitment procedure? 7 semesters itself they come and recruit. 8 semesters is 1 6-month project. That project time, the student go to the respective selected industry and they do the project. So they give them a situation or what they want to do. And by the time in 3 months time, they complete it. And also I tell all my students during the vacation time, whether it is 1 month or the inter semester or in the year vacation time, please go to every printing press which is possible. So that you will don't look at the size of the press, whether it is small or big. Please go there so that you can feel you should feel that this is what is my industry is. Once that is true.
Thank you, sir. Actually, we have little time and I want to use that golden moments. It is for all. We have 3 printing teachers from the 3 universities and we have the country's top printer. Nobody is above than them. So you can ask them here what they want, or the printer, those printer can tell you what type of stones they want. So this is only, we have 3 minutes left. That's why I interrupted you. So I'm just unmuting all the mics. You can ask question to them. That will be better. One by one, madam.
I would like to request the printers to encourage their employees to bring their kids into printing. We all printing institutes are ready to take printers' children as students. So please encourage them, all levels, including the operator. Please bring them all into printing. So from printing, we need more people. In my class, of course, I'm not a role model. My department is not a role model compared to GJU and Manipal, but there are very less takers. Only 10% are from the printing background.
Sir, over the last so many years, because I'm in this university for the last 22 years, so I have seen the printers all over the country. They are giving a very good response in terms of giving some suggestions to how to update the syllabus, in terms of placement, in terms of everything. So what I feel, there is a very good industry institute linkage that is being developed, and hope to continue the same in the future also. So from my side, it's a very, because my students are working with a replica press, with so many presses, they're doing good in the management level and all. Sir, it is a very good combination, and we promote, because in the last year, sir, we introduced the last 6 months of the BTech program is exclusive for the industrial exposure. No need to come to the department. 6 months they will be in the industry to learn so many things, so that they can be observed easily. So that's from my side, sir.
Brother, actually, my way of thinking is, why don't you send the students to the presses, not to work, but to see what the problem printer is facing? This is a different thing. You send the student, they come to us, do the practical and go. No, they should tell us where we are lacking, what we should do, and they should learn these things with the association with all the teachers, so that when they come out after degree, they may be able to solve the problem. Sir, am I right?
Yeah.
One thing we have learned is how to use Zoom because of courtesy COVID. We have all learned. But now, so please, all the professors here, take advantage.
Yes.
Please give us 1 hour time in a month. Get your students. We will talk to them. They can ask us questions. We can reply back. I sincerely think we must use technology and make sure that this can be possible. Rather than he might think, don't assume, please. Let's go to the facts.
So
Absolutely.
nice,
Narendra, I think you
Thank
said
you,
the
sir.
right
Thank
thing.
you, sir.
Yes. Sir,
Sir,
we'll
I
take
would
it
like
up,
to
sir.
quote one example. One of our student batches went to Indian Express Kochi for internship. We were teaching them about recycling, environment friendliness. There they found that the cloth used for wiping the blankets were thrown away very often rather than recycling. So they've taken up a project of recycling that and ensuring that the cloths are reused. So that's one problem that they used. So slowly we are trying to inculcate that.
And Dr. Abhitraj, you want to say something?
Yeah, what I wanted to ask you, you said it. That is,
You have your own printing press there. I think you don't have any problem. Say,
no, sir, we have.
press, Manipal is there, packaging house is there.
Yes, sir. But that internship program, that I request all the printers, that in the sir, then state sir and all, that please allow our students for that internship program, so that they'll get used to the press, what is exactly happening.
We know that in printing, the biggest printing institute of the world is in China. So as I told earlier, their study is based on research only. They don't teach theories, they don't teach practical. Because practical, what we are doing, we are telling the things which we learned 50 years back. Now things are not same. And tomorrow it will be much different. With digitization coming, there will be more different things. And we are telling again the same, you have to pass these theories, these practicals. So that is, I feel there is some problem is lacking. And I'm sure you send your student to any printer of India, tell him I can improve it. He will recruit him.
Sir, I want to add something, sir.
That's good, sir. And as sir, you have a golden opportunity. Narendran sir has given you time that every month you can call him for any institute. He is ready to be with the students. So India's biggest press, 10, 12.
Well, Kamal, can I say something?
Yes, sir. Why not, sir? Why not?
You know, what Narendra says, life is a continuous learning process. And the student, those who impart their education in any institute, it is actually the knowledge comes, but actual learning comes when they come on the job, when learn on the job, whether they are from the printing industry or from any industry for that matter. But at the same time, Kamal, I think after this, let's be serious to take up this issue with the government of India about the status and about the other issues which are burning issue for the printers and printing industry. With that, thank you.
One more subject which we need to add is industry discipline, ethics and values. I think if we have this topic also, it will be good, because when the student reaches the college, reaches the industry, they will understand how to behave.
One good news, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yesterday we were talking to Nitin Gadkari ji, MSME minister, and we were last in July 2018, the reclassification of MSME was supposed to be done.
Yes, sir.
So yesterday we brought this problem to him and he said in 8 days time, he will sort it out.
That's
So
good.
first go under MSME and we can get our money fast.
Yeah, that's good, sir. Wonderful, sir. Wonderful, sir. So for the actually, I'm waiting for a message coming from Nitin Shah. Yeah, it has. I got it. So I will like to read that for you. It is I think a good thing for printing students. So all the best printing teachers are here. Nitin Shah is from the award officer. They say we award every year. We at award means award. They have the firm award. Every year, star students from SIEC and GIPT pay 10 lakh stipend, 10,000 sorry, 10,000 stipend, accommodation also free and certification. And they welcome more and more students. Award offset Mumbai. You got 10,000 plus accommodation plus food and. So thank you very much, and I will request. First of all, I would like to thank the time given by Narendran sir and Bhuvanesh sir, your valuable time. I'm very much thankful, and I will request Anjan sir for concluding remarks. Anjan sir. Dr. Bral.
Thank you, Kamal sir. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Narendra ji, Bhuvanesh ji, Sharma ji, then Amrutaraj sir and Madam Lakshmi Priya, and all the participants. Very highly successful and knowledgeable seminar, and certainly we will be taking all your valid points into account for our institutions. We will be having meetings at a regular interval of time by using this beautiful Zoom app, so that our students they can be versed with the latest technologies and latest happenings in the industry. And once again, thank you all, and we'll have so many things in the near future also. And once again, thank you for sparing your valuable time. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice go by with your presence. Thank you.
Thank you,
very much.
Bhuvanesh ji. Thank you.
Bhuvanesh ji, we